In this video, I'm going to be replacing this power steering rack. Both boots are ripped and leaking at the boots, so there's some seals inside that are bad, and I would rather just replace the entire rack. When replacing this, there's two 17s, two 14s, a 12, a 17, and a 14 to remove the rack. Of course, you have to pop the tie rods and disconnect the steering linkage from inside. In the last clip you saw me remove these three hard lines. I wanted to show you the tools that I used to get the lines off. I use these three line wrenches. I do suggest using these. I guess you could break them free with some vice grips or something along that line, but then you're going to mar up the head and you don't really want to do that. To remove the U-joint inside the car can be slightly intimidating, but it's quite easy. You only need to remove these three items. This is the first item you remove. It's just two screws and pull it down. This is the second item you need to remove. You can just pull it down with your hand. Just one push clip holding this in. You don't need to pull it. Just pull this down. It'll come out. And then you remove the U-joint. All you need to do to remove this, make sure you loosen these and remove both bolts, because the shaft is actually notched for the bolts and it won't come out if you don't remove both bolts. It's quite easy. I'm going to try and add some pictures. I do suggest removing the seat and laying inside on your back. Once you do that, it'll be quite easy. Okay, now that the U-joint is removed, both tie rod ends are popped from the knuckle. I'm going to remove the 4 bolts that I had mentioned earlier, pull the rack down, fish it in over here to the passenger side, and then pull it out. Well, that's how you remove a steering rack. Make sure you keep this boot off of the old rack. It goes between the firewall and the steering rack. I have to reuse this steering rack bushing because it only came with these new ones. Hope it's helpful.